Well, look at what we have here. We are actually back with the Mind of Migs episodes. I don't know how many games I'm going to play, honestly, but we're playing on the Korean server. And first match we got is TVP. So we bust out here. Gets a 6K Protoss. I think this might be Jaishi. Sorry if I butchered his name. But he is a Chinese Protoss who's actually quite popular. Sorry, let me go ahead. When I get Taiwan, I need to disconnect my VPN. I have it connected to Korea. But here we go. I think it should be him. But I don't want to metagame. I don't want to metagame. If you're not familiar with Mind of Migs here, we basically just heavily commentate the games. Talk about what I'm doing, build orders, etc., etc. You know the vibes, normal stuff here. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and play a 1-1-1 actually, not a 3-Rex. Go in here. Gonna do an 18 scout most likely. Because there's no what is it, like proxy void rays to worry about. You don't actually really need to scout super early now. So a lot of people are SCV scouting even later. If you guys are familiar with TVZ SCV scouting, you kind of you pull the Rax SCV to scout. People will do that now. Clem does that a lot actually if you are a Clem enjoyer. But I'm gonna play it safe because Protoss players on this server scare me to death. So that's a big reason as to why I'm gonna scout. And we're gonna go ahead and do Marine first. And we're gonna build a Reaper, but we're gonna do a delayed Reaper. So we're gonna go Marine first into Reactor, into Marine Reaper. This is something that I personally got from Spirit, formerly known as Soul. So there's like a probe here. And that does look like he might be proxying something. Oh no, so there's a pylon here. So you want to look for that second pylon. There it is. And let's see if this probe comes here. We know that our opponent sent the probe because we saw the red in the minimap. So if he doesn't show up, we'll go ahead and look for whatever it is that he might be proxying. Since I'm going to be building Marine Reaper, I could just use the Reaper or even use this worker. Oh, there it is. So I'm not too sure about what that's about, but I like that he sees Marine first because he doesn't know we're going to go Reaper. And he might cut some corners or play a little bit greedier, thinking that we won't have a scouting unit on the map. So that's kind of like why I like playing this build. Okay. The bunker coming up here. And what I'll do here is I'll rally this way. Grab these. Here, camera locations set up. Always try your best to pull the SCVs until the very end into the gas, so that you don't miss out on any minerals. We see here he sent his first unit across, which is a Stalker. And I'm going to go ahead and build a Hellion. I personally am just playing very safe against these players. On Korea, they're very aggressive. In general, like no matter the race, players tend to be a bit more aggressive in my experience. So I'm going to be relying on a lot of scouting and just try to react to what my opponent is doing. So here I see a Twilight. It looks pretty empty. So I'm going to be a bit cautious. I do see 3 Stalkers though, so I think it won't be a Dark Shrine. So I'm going to do something kind of insane right here. And I'm pretty much gambling right now. I'm going to save some scans in case it does turn out to be a PT. But I'm actually going to do something really fast Cloak Banshee. I haven't seen a Robo yet. And my opponent has 1 gateway. Okay, the supply block here, so this is a mistake by me. And because I won't have a Raven, I'm going to save scans until 5 minutes. And this is so that and the off chance that it is a Dark Shrine, I have scans available. Sentry. Okay, so from the Sentry alone, it seems like it won't be a DT. And that's just because of the amount of gas involved in getting the DTs. It's very hard to afford a Sentry. And then route it this way. And we're kind of just worried about the hallucinated scout here. So we're going to do a Banshee push. Double Banshee push with the tank push. So we'll go has to mineral lines as we push across the tank. And it's a couple of worker boys. And then we'll have a third command center transition here. Perfect. So that's exactly what you want. Whenever you see a sentry like that, you know, they won't always route it through the middle like that. It's actually pretty bad. In my personal experience, it's hardly ever that straightforward. Usually they do a good job of like running it around a corner or something like that. You won't really pick it up. But in this case, my opponent actually just yeeted it straight down the middle. So that's really nice for us because he won't know about the Banshees. He didn't know about the third command center. And now this is very good for us because the stalkers are across the map. And not only that, he's actually losing a few. So we can push with these. And while we do that, the Banshees will now start to do some damage. Now we have Cloak. I'm going to send these up here. We want to get him to go away from the third so that we can tank push simultaneously. And it actually went... Oh, that's actually a really fast charge. My opponent is indeed yeeting us. I'm going to go ahead and send my units back home. Here, I'm betting on him recalling... No, there's an obs now. So he has no gases at his third. Basically what this means here is my opponent is playing a very zealot heavy based composition. And we want to play a bit more defensive against this. There I see the observer. So I'm just going to chill now. I'm going to leave these here. I'm going to grab this. And I'm just going to chill. Also, this family just get louder. Oh, okay. It randomly just went up in the volume. Also, my PC is struggling. So I'm going to go ahead and lower my graphic settings here. I'm sorry, boys. But we're saving for that new PC. So maybe we'll some weak graphics in there. So here we're gonna play very careful. I'm actually gonna do something that I can't even remember who I learned it from. But I'm gonna put those turrets on the corners there to pick up on any warp prisms. Gonna go ahead and start adding Ghost Academy, a bunker, turret in case there's random keys. And because I want a 3 command center build, I need to wait a little bit to power up, unfortunately. This is like a pretty big downside. Okay, that's obviously not good for our opponent. Here we can pull some workers, send the rest of this forward, and meanwhile, kill some units at home. Trying to pick off my medevacs here. I will have 1-1 now, so it should be even on upgrades for a little bit. Let's move these mines forward. Let's get some repair on there. Not the best hit, unfortunately. We've killed the whole mineral line, so... Now let's just focus on this here. Let's trigger that immortal shield. Okay, it's been triggered. Let's go ahead and jump onto it. Nice. We know that he's going to be a bit broke right now because we killed a lot of units across the map. I mean, a lot of probes across the map. And there should be some kind of warp prism here, judging by how quickly the reinforcements came in. Oh, maybe he's just actually eating them across the map. Yeah, I do have concussive shells. I don't know why I was scoping there. Nice. No GG as well. Nicely done there. Nicely done, boys. Taking out 6k Protoss. Nice, nice, nice. Alright, look at that. Banger. Alright, boys. I'll see you in the next game. Alright, boys. Here we are with a rematch against our beloved Protoss player. I actually didn't check his 8 p.m. If it was like 200 APM, then I would have bet it was a Jieshi, but I didn't actually see. So again, into it. I'm gonna play a different build this time. I'm gonna play Proxy Starport Hellion Drop. This is also very gambly. It can get pretty wonky when playing against the what is it, Stargate. So we're gonna try to make it work, and hopefully, if it is a Stargate, we can manage Hopium. Okay, so seems like our opponent was gonna play like very gateway heavy. And that's actually pretty common on the Korean server actually. On EU, based again on my own personal ladder experiences, a lot of Protoss players really enjoy playing Stargate, and it is actually very good. Like, I highly recommend playing Stargate builds. As Protoss, you know, consistent scouting, they're in the meta. Hero, for example, is playing a lot of Stargate. But for whatever reason, man, on Korea, some of these Protoss players, kind of like the lower level ones, you know, they enjoy playing the gateway memes. Even some of the better ones. Off the top of my head, I think of Nice, for example. If you guys have seen Nice vs Spirit on I Am Katowice 2022, it's just past World Championship. It's a very sick series, but that was a good representation of like how some of the Protoss players in Korea like to play. Gonna go ahead and scout across. Okay, kind of the same thing here that we picked up on earlier. So I like playing the Reaper actually. You can do this off Marine first. I like doing it the Reaper because what happens here is that if they do go Adept, sometimes they keep the Adept at home because you have a Reaper alive. And you don't want them to shade that Adept across the map because you don't want them to see the reactor in the wall with the factory. That's really what you're worried about there. So hopefully this kind of... If he does build the Adept. But what is it? Dissuades him? I don't know if that's a word. Okay, Stalker first. Perfect. We like that. Now, Stalker first doesn't always mean that it won't be a Stargate. It can be a nice indication that it will not be a Stargate. But there's been times I played on Korea where opponents go 2 Stalker opener and then it turns out to be a Stargate actually, which is a bit of a meme. The reason why it's not actually very common is because 2 Stalkers would obviously be more expensive to Adepts, and it makes it a bit harder on you gas-wise to get that Oracle out sooner. But it seems like we're in the clear. We're gonna do something a little crazy now. First, I want to keep scouting and just make sure that we're getting cucked in any way. I'll probably try to drop the Hellions here. I think he won't actually be able to see that. We're actually gonna go following this. We're gonna go into Widow Mine, and I'm talking Widow Mines with an armory. So we're playing absolutely insane. Let's click on these. Oh, there are 2 more gateways. Okay, we're gonna drop that. He's gonna have 2, 3 gateways, possibly 4. So this could be 4 gate blink. And because we won't, if we go with the armory Widow Mine, we're not gonna have any units at home to defend. Oh shit, I swapped this too soon. Oh no, I didn't. I lied. Okay, he knows now. He knows. So what we can do is we can fake with the medevac, and we can use the Reaper to bump in unit at the wall off. So we'll apply this home. Add 2 Raxes now. Very nice. We're in. Okay, now we're gonna get some scouting as well. Let's start transitioning when we can. Depot. Oops. Seems like my unit died. Okay. Was that worth it now? I don't know. We did lose the medevac. But Still a good amount of probes. We also see he's adding more gateways. So we know that our opponent is actually playing very, very aggressive now. Oh, it's like 2 forges as well. Interesting. Okay, so what we're going to do here, we're going to make actually a bit of an adjustment now. We do have an eBay. So we're actually going to go straight into Widow Mines. We have 2 tanks, we'll go into Widow Mines. And this will be a reactor. Let's start stim. Let's start stim combat. And because it's going to be heavy on the zealots here, we're actually going to go heavy on the marines. And on top of that, we're going to go into 5 racks. Okay. The reason why is because our opponent is playing very, very heavy on the gateways and on the upgrades. And they're going to gateway man us, because they're going to have a lot of stuff. I'm going to play heavier on the... I'm not going to all in. I will take a third. But for now, I want to do the extra 5 racks first. The extra 2 racks first, because I want to have the extra units available, right? It's already going to have gateways, it's going to have upgrade here. So it seems like he plays the exact same opener. I was really hoping that he wasn't going to. Right? Maybe make an adjustment. But the hallucinated Phoenix is definitely a good call. Let's scan the third. Okay, he's got the third. When these zealots warp in, if you go on the armor here, he doesn't have charge yet, but he will have 1-1. Now he has charge. So the movement speed will actually go yellow. Your opponent has the charge. So we're gonna do this, the euthermal special, I like to call it. Okay, I picked up SCVs there for whatever reason. We're gonna do a double medevac drop in Protoss' main, and then we'll do a frontal engagement. Okay. Oh. And let's just be careful with those medevacs. We really don't want to lose those for very obvious reasons. Okay, that's a good pylon. I won't lie. I won't lie. Okay, he saw it. So we'll do here. Do a bit of a juke. I'll actually call these down here. This is an amazing fight for us, actually incredible. Okay, we're gonna pull back now because we're gonna anticipate another like 10 zealot warp in from our opponent, and we don't have any more Widow Mines. So you see there, that's a lot of stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and pull back, and we can try to bait him into our additional forces. Go ahead and heal up. Kind of hold this position here. Since he has a pylon there, he's gonna see. Oh shit. Okay, so we're playing proper gateway man. Okay, so obviously every warpin that comes in here is going to be army of his, right? Instead of okay, he actually recalled those. I'm going to build 2 Vikings here. I already have a lot of medevacs. I don't need to build any more medevacs. This is just so that I can have something there to shoot down the warp prism, and then I'm going to go like this. Those sentries were really, really good for him. He saved a lot of his stuff just by blocking me out. I'm going to run into a problem right now where my opponent's going to have 2-2. And that's going to put me in a pickle. So I'm actually going to Doom drop him. Just keep macroing. There he is. All right. I'm gonna do some content you guys are gonna love. It involves pulling all my workers. Okay, he does have an upgrade advantage, but his army composition is not too good. Good? I don't know why I said it like that. So we're gonna SV pull. Oh, he actually warped in additional stalkers, which seems very interesting. I don't think that's gonna be a High Templar. Oh, the upgrades are just too good. Spicy. Let's see what he says. Interesting. We got flamed. Holy smokes. He wanted that revenge for that one game he lost. Okay, I have no idea who this is. It's not Jieishi though for sure, because he wouldn't have said that. Crazy. Alright, boys. Stay tuned for the next game.